Okay, so today we're going to start by thinking about what is a circle. Now I know you can all imagine a circle in your head. You know that it's something that looks like this. However, what is the actual definition of a circle? I want you to take some time now to pause the video and come up with your own definition. It turns out your definition of a circle changes over time. For example, when you were in elementary school, you probably thought of a circle as a round shape. This definition helped you differentiate a circle from other angular shapes like a triangle or rectangle. When you moved up into middle school, you might have defined a circle as a shape that had something to do with pi or 360. Once you got to high school, you now have a new definition for a circle. And that definition is the collection of points that are all the same distance from a central point. So what are the implications of this definition? So in high school, if you want to have a circle, you have to start out by having a point known as a center. Then imagine that you have a ruler and that you could draw a point that was exactly 3 inches away from the center. You could then move your ruler and find another point that is 3 inches away from the center, and then another, and then another. If you repeated this process, you would end up with a whole collection of points that, when you put them all together really close, will end up looking like a circle. This is why you can use a compass as a way to draw a circle. The compass keeps a constant distance between the edge made by the pencil and the center made by the pointy part. Ancient navigators would use this strategy on maps to help them measure long distances across the ocean. If we're going to talk about a circle, it's helpful to have some vocabulary words to describe what we're seeing. We've already talked about the center of the circle. The collection of points that we just drew is called the edge of the circle. If you were to draw a line that went from the center to the edge of a circle, it would be called the radius. Note that the plural of radius is radii. All right. If you were to draw a line segment that went all the way from one edge through the center to the opposite edge, this line would be called the diameter. Note how the diameter is twice as long as the radius. So let's say you're looking at a problem like this one, where you want to find the distance from A to B, and you've been given that the radius of the circle is 3 centimeters. You can use the definition of a circle, a set of points equidistant from the center, to help you measure that distance. So for example, we know that this length right here is going to be 3. We know that this length is going to be 3. We know that this length is going to be 3. So on and so forth. Using this drawing, we can then add up our distances. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. We can see that there are 6 3's here. And so our total distance from A to B is 18 centimeters. The high school definition of a circle is also useful for a process known as triangulation. Suppose you're trying to find an object. Someone at point A looks out from a tower and notices the object 10 miles away. Someone at point B looks out from a tower and notices that the object is 5 miles away. And someone at point C looks out from a tower and notices the object is 13 miles away. Each person could then draw a circle representing all the places that are that distance away from them, and the point where they intersect would be the actual location of the object you were trying to find. This triangulation process is used every day in things like locating your phone using GPS, and when scientists try to find the epicenter of an earthquake.